Good afternoon, Malacañang Press Corps. Kasama na po natin si Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo,
And the
Chief Presidential Legal Counsel.
good afternoon, MPC. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte is so upset about the inordinate delay of Canada in shipping back its containers of garbage. We are extremely disappointed with Canada's neither here nor there pronouncements on the matter. Obviously, Canada is not taking this issue nor our country seriously. The Filipino people are gravely insulted about Canada treating this country as a dump site. As a result of this offending delay, the President has instructed the appropriate office to look for a private shipping company which will bring back Canada's trash to the latter's jurisdiction. The government of the Philippines will shoulder all expenses and we do not mind defraying the same. If Canada will not accept the trash, we will leave the same within the territorial waters or 12 nautical miles out to sea from the baseline of any of their country's shores. The President's stance is principled as it is uncompromising. The Philippines as an independent, sovereign nation must not be treated as trash by other foreign nations. We hope this message resonates well with other countries of the world.
Question.
That's the first statement. If you have any question, we will respond to it.
Can we go through all the...
No? Start with this.
Questions po? Tina Mendez.
Sir, kahapon you said na meron nang na-hire ang Canada na private contractor. Why the change?
Yeah, because we've been hearing that their pronouncements are neither here nor there. There is no definite position when they will take back the trash. And the President is already so upset about this. It's been there for 5 years. My goodness.
Sir, anong particular agency was tasked to look for the shipping?
He didn't mention it, but apparently it should be the
DNR, DFA? What?
one of the offices.
Joseph.
Sir, what triggered this reaction from the President such that he had to ask you to announce this?
Yes, because you must remember the deadline was May 15, and thereafter, no word from it. It just says we will do something about it. Puro ganon eh. So I think we're just being given the runaround.
Any timeline for the President? I mean, when does he
Well,
expect?
he has already instructed to look for a shipping company, so immediately.
Okay, sir.
Follow up. Okay, Ace, Philippine Star.
Pero wala pa naman sa consideration yung sinasabi ni Presidente na pagputol ng ties.
Basta yun ang pinapa-announce.
Wala pa naman tayo sa ganung punto.
Well, depende siguro.
So posible yun,
Oo.
Sec.
Ha?
Posible yung cutting of ties with Canada.
Hindi natin alam. Sa ngayon, yun muna.
Okay, Sec.
Follow up on Canada. Joyce Balancho, TZMM.
Sir, na-heads up na po ba ang Canada dito sa utos ni President Duterte?
Ngayon, dapat alam. I'm sure they're monitoring, so they know now the stance.
Okay, so wala namang any formal communication sa kanila regarding this?
Wala, ito lang. This is an announcement.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Follow up, Deo, DZXL.
After this announcement, sir, is the palace still open for a negotiation
Wala
between
na,
Canada?
palagay ko wala na yung negotiation. Basta balik nila yan kung either silang kumuha bukas siguro o pag nakakuha ng shipping company bukas, o di diretso na yan.
Saan po, sir, huhugutin yung fund?
O edi sa gobyerno,
In particular, sir?
edi sa atin.
No, OP, sir,
Government,
OP.
Hindi ko alam kung whatever. What is important is we don't mind spending. Dahil ano na si Presidente, masyado lang.
Thank you, sir.
He's outraged by this.
Follow up.
Inordinate delay. Masyado na matagal eh.
Okay, follow up on Canada. Wala na po. Sir, yung other statement po natin. Okay na po, other statement. Okay, follow up Joseph Morong, GMA.
Sir, to the point na we are ready to risk yung 1.34 billion trade natin with Canada.
The what?
Yung total trade natin in 2018 kasi was set at 1.34 billion US dollars. Itong issue to baka maapektuhan yung trade natin with Canada. So, yung galit ng presidente to the point na kahit na maapektuhan yung trade relations natin with
The president has already made his position. He, in fact, even said he will declare war, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, gano'n na siya kainis. Masyado na. I mean, I think every Filipino should really feel insulted by this trash staying with us for 5 years. Can you imagine 5 years? And any head of state can just get that within a week, within a few days.
What about, sir, yung welfare of Filipino workers in
Wala namang problema doon kasi I don't think they will be affected.
Okay, follow up po sa Canada. Wala na? Joseph.
Sir, if he's so outraged and he feels insulted as as a president in a country sa atin, is he prepared to sever ties with Canada if they don't? I mean,
I think that he's going to that direction if you read his pronouncements.
sir, obviously, we're not waiting for Canada's action anymore. We're taking this into our hands, right?
Yes. Unless we're bitten into it. Kung biglang mamaya kinuha na nila, hindi na unahan na tayo.
All right, sir. Thank you.
What is important is tanggalin na nila yan.
Okay on Canada. Ace Romero.
Kung tayo yung gagastos, tapos hindi na sila action, di ba parang tayo yung nag-blink sa aspektong ito? Kasi tayo na yung gagastos eh. Hindi natin sila na puwersa na tanggalin yung basura.
Mas importante siguro kung saan mo dadalhin yung basura. Sa shores nila. Mas matindi yun.
Okay, thank you, Sec.
Meron pa po sa Canada. Okay, Bernadette.
Spokes, clarify ko lang. So magkano po kayo expected na expenses natin na issue-shoulder?
Hindi ko alam. Yeah. Hindi ko alam.
Okay, sige. Thank you po.
Follow up. Okay, other issues, sir?
All right. The case of Charade Puno. You've been asking the reason for the sacking, and the former Director General appeared on television that she does not know exactly why she was fired. But from what I gather, she's been told about COA findings and others. And the president received, among others, a letter coming from one of the biggest, if not the biggest, association of pharmaceutical and healthcare groups in the country. And I'd like to read this to the public as instructed by the President. From Mr. Teodoro B. Padilla, Executive Director, date 17 May 2019. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Republic of the Philippines, Malacañang Palace, Manila, through Salvador C. Midaldea, Executive Secretary. Dear President Duterte, the Pharmaceutical and Healthcare Association of the Philippines, or PAP, representing the research-based providers of medicines and vaccines in the country, expresses its genuine appreciation to you for continually building a solid foundation for a more inclusive growth, high-trust society, and a global competitive economy. We laud your efforts at enabling an inclusive policy development environment where key stakeholders, including those of us in the business sector, are consulted and engaged on pressing matters that impact our operations and delivery of needed services for the Filipino people. Specifically, we are deeply grateful that you have acted swiftly on our issues and concerns at the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, and we highly anticipate that your reforms will lead to improved regulatory services and processes to ensure people's access to life-saving quality, safe, and efficacious pharmaceutical products. We fully support your resolute actions at the FDA, including the replacement of its Director General, for us to effectively and efficiently conduct commerce that is consistent with your agenda of increasing competitiveness and ease of doing business to fuel human capital and economic development. Actions such as this underscore your administration's seriousness in its commitment to fight graft and corruption, for which we have taken notice and are extremely grateful. We at PAF remain committed to supporting and partnering with you as you implement policy decisions that promote the attainment of your administration's overall health and economic goals. Thank you very much. Sincerely, signed, Teodoro B. Padilla, Executive Director. Perhaps in the coming days, according to Secretary Duque, the findings of the COA, as well as other documents, have been forwarded to the Department of Justice for evaluation and for the filing of whatever charges or appropriate charges that the department may find to be appropriate. And the President also wants to share to the public that he has received numerous complaints against doctors, including his own doctor, about the former Director General, and many complaints coming from many sectors. And the palace is just waiting for the submission of sworn statements, which shall be forwarded to the Department of Justice.
Questions, MPC? Wala pong question. Okay, Tina.
Sir, if it's related to a COA report, sir, so ano to, misuse of government funds?
Hindi lang sa COA report, marami. Isa lang yon sa mga.
Follow up, Joseph.
Sir, in broad strokes, if you can, what's the nature of these complaints from several doctors, you said?
I think corruption.
How, sir?
I don't know, but yun lang ang sinasabi. Let's wait for the sworn statements coming from the so-called victims.
Okay, sir.
Follow up po. Wala na po. Okay, sir, next issue.
You were asking about the proclamation? The palace joins the Filipino people in congratulating the 12 victorious candidates for senator who have been entrusted with the mandate of legislating new policies and programs as they commit to refine the current legal framework of the country. Congratulations to all of them. The recently concluded election, which shows all Filipinos qualified to vote trooping to the respective precincts or embassies, shows and demonstrates that we have a vibrant democracy at work in this region's first republic. After a grueling battle, it is hope that every protagonist lays down their political swords and bow to the will of the electorate by giving their preferred choices a chance of leading the country towards progress. So we call on everyone on all sides of the spectrum to have a moratorium in what appears to most of us as excessive politicking that has only caused more divisions amongst us. Now that political dust has settled with the proclamation this morning of the winners, it's the perfect time for nation building and for those who triumph to focus on public service. We have shown you that we have been magnanimous in victory. We even congratulated those who were defeated in the polls and thanked them for fighting a good battle. We express confidence that these newly proclaimed senators will be fealty to their oath, loyal to the Constitution, obedient to the laws of the land, and our people, that means all of us, are confident that they will do their best as legislators and enact laws which are not only conscientious but beneficial to the welfare of the nation and its citizenry. We remain confident that these new senators, as well as the other incumbent senators, will join the President in his dedication of spurring inclusive and sustainable socioeconomic development, implementing the nation's most ambitious infrastructure program, and creating a foundation for the establishment of a society that will provide lasting peace for the Filipino people as well as comfortable lives.
MPC questions? Wala na?
Yeah, other matters you can.
Other issues?
Sir, yung kay Ombudsman, former Ombudsman
Yes.
Conchita Carpio Morales, what does the palace think first of that act that Hong Kong questioned her for 4 hours? And consider
We feel that it's between the Ombudsman Conchita Morales, Ombudsman Conchita Morales, and the Chinese government. What transpired there? Because I think there was no official communication to her as to the whys and the wherefores of the delay in the entry of her and her family.
So we're not interested, sir, in what Hong Kong said are immigration concerns.
What we're interested in is that all Filipinos who go abroad and are confronted with problems that will affect their lives, security, and welfare, we will provide government assistance as we have provided the former ombudsman. That's only our concern.
Do you think
We cannot intrude into the immigration laws of any country in the same way that we expect that they cannot intrude into ours.
you don't see this, sir, as a political act on behalf of China?
We do not know. I think only the former ombudsman would know how to perceive or think about any action of the Chinese government against her.
May follow up? Ace?
Secretary, your reaction to Senator Ontivero's challenge to the president to protest the Chinese government's 4-hour holding of former Ombudsman Morales at an airport.
As I said, we cannot intrude into the immigration laws of the land of another country in the same way that they cannot intrude into ours.
Okay, thank you, Sec.
Follow up on the issue? Other matters? Wala na? Wala na, okay?
Any important? Ha? Wala pa akong update. Wala pa.
Microphone, please.
May mga private meetings yata siya nga. Kahapon, dami siyang private meetings ha. From ambassador to 4, 5, 6 yata yung sunod-sunod. Ha?
Microphone.
About the ambassador?
About other events involving the president.
Wala.
Rin kaming official schedule.
Wala. Umalis na ako after the ambassador.
Other issues? Okay, Jen?
Sir, balik lang dun sa...
But if you notice, the president was upbeat on the screen, di ba? Kita nyo, wala namang pagbabago.
Sir, balik lang dun sa Canada trash. Sir,
Yes.
tuloy ba yung kaso or investigation dun sa mga nag-import nung...
Ay, siguro,
Crash sa
I'm sure yung Customs Commissioner is still doing that.
Anong sanctions nila or penalties?
Ay, depende, siyempre, imbestigahan pa nila yan. Kung ano recommendation niya.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, meron yatang, if I recall it right, Basel, ano ba yun? Convent. Yung
Ano?
sa UN, na bawal magtapon ng hazardous waste. Kung yung trash galing na sa Philippines, tinapon mo binalik mo sa shores ng Canada, wala ba tayong violation doon?
Di pa yata tayo signatory doon, di ba?
We are
No.
signatories.
Di ba, ano nga tayo na mag-sign eh. We're not part of that yet.
Other issues?
Ay, hindi, balik lang.
Okay, Jen.
Sir, pagka tatapon din natin sa shores nila, o what happens if they block our shipment of trash nila?
Tingnan natin kung anong gagawin nila.
Iiwan na lang din natin, like what they did.
maganda,
Once we enter their shores,
maganda yung suggestion niya, sabihin ko, galing sa'yo. I will suggest.
Other issues?
No, Ina Andolong is precisely there to to welcome, to welcome. That's what she said on the phone to me. Sir, I'm here to welcome the trash. Aba, ano yun?
Microphone.
Immediately yun. As soon as...
Ace.
Yung timeline nung pagdala ng
Hindi,
trash.
immediately, pag nakakuha na ng shipping company, yun.
As we speak, naghahanap na ngayon.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, thank you, Sec.
Okay, may questions pa po?
Bakit? Gusto mong mag-offer ng shipping company mo?
Okay, wala nang questions? Wala na. Okay. Maraming po salamat, Chief
Alright, see you
Presidential
tomorrow.
Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo. Back to main studio sa
Okay.
People's Television at sa Radyo ng Bayan.